Hi friends, welcome to the class. Exploring magnets, part 3. Already we studied what is magnet, what are the properties of magnets, what are the different shapes of magnets, and what are the permanent and temporary magnets. Now we'll start our class by methods of making artificial magnets. So yes, magnets are of two types, permanent and artificial. How can I make artificial magnets? Now, the methods of making artificial magnets are of two types, majorly stroking method and electromagnetic method. Stroking and electromagnetic method. What is a stroking method? Stroking method means if I take any steel bar, this steel bar should be ferromagnetic material. What is that? Ferromagnetic material. What is ferromagnetic material? Iron, cobalt, nickel. Iron, cobalt, and nickel together we call these materials we call it as ferromagnetic materials which have magnetic property. Now this you can take steel bar. So by rubbing with magnet continue. So this, can you see this? This is the path of the magnet, right? So if you continuously rub it, then this steel bar will get the property of magnetism. This stroking method of two types, one is using one magnet, other one is two magnets. So by rubbing with the two magnets also, we can have induce the property of magnetism in this steel bar. Can you see that? One north, other one is south, and this is the direction of rubbing of the magnet. See, this is the direction of rubbing of magnet on the steel bar continuously, repeatedly. This is the one of the method to making of artificial magnet. Electromagnet. So what are electromagnets? Electromagnet means take iron nail or any ferromagnetic material, iron nail, and wire the wind. This is called wire winding, and connect this wire to the battery. If you pass the electric current, see, if I pass the electric current, so this what happens, whatever the domains will line up and they will induce a magnetic property. If current is off, the domains will be random. What is this domain? Charge particles, what we call it as charge particles. So electrons, the charge particles. This charge particles, usually who carries the charge is electrons. So in atom you will have three subatomic particles: electrons, electrons, protons, and neutrons. And who carries the charge? Electrons carries the charge. So if I induce electric current by the movement of these charged particles, yes, the iron nail will get a property of magnetism. This is the two methods of making artificial magnets. Now, even we can remove the magnetism from a magnet. Demagnetization of magnets. Yes, what is demagnetization? Demagnetization is a process of removing magnetization from a magnet. If a magnet, it loses its magnetic property, then we call it as demagnetization. Why the magnet will demagnetize? So the first reason is, yes, the demagnetization happens when we heat the magnetism. If you heat the magnet, obviously it will lose its magnetic property. If you hammer it, if you hammer it, yes, then also the magnet will lose its magnetic property. Or if you drop the magnet from heights repeatedly, yes, then also the magnet will lose its magnetic property. And even if the two poles, north and north, if they are having long time connection, that means if you are placing the two magnets like this, north pole and north pole very nearer, so because of this also the magnets, both magnets will lose the magnetic property that we call demagnetization. That means this magnetic field will affect this magnetic property. This magnetic field will affect the magnetic property of this magnet. Even if the magnet is exposed to the alternating current. What is this? AC means alter alternating current. You know the current we have two types. One is DC and other one is AC. AC means alternating current. DC means direct current. Direct current is from batteries. Alternating current, whatever in your household current is the alternating current. Direct current DC. If these magnets are exposed to the alternating current, yes, then they lose the magnets. So don't keep magnets nearer to the phone, televisions, radios, any electric device, please don't put your magnets near to the television so that they will lose the magnetic property. So now what are the causes of demagnetization? Once we will revise it. Heat. High temperatures can cause magnets to lose their magnetization. Physical impact, that means dropping or hitting, dropping from height or from hitting by hammer, yes, can cause demagnetization. Alternating magnetic fields, that is exposure to the alternating magnetic fields can demagnetize a magnet, that is AC current, that is alternating current. Age, even if magnets get old, magnets can naturally lose their magnetization over time. So there is a way to handle the magnets properly so that we can retain its magnetic property. What are they? Proper handling of the magnets. Proper handling of magnets. To maintain, why we need to handle the magnets properly? To maintain the strength and longevity of magnets. It is essential to handle them properly. So, if I want to maintain the strength and longevity of magnets, it is essential to handle them properly. How? What are the measures we need to take um, to retain its magnetic property in a magnet? Handling tips. These are the handling tips of the magnets. Handling tips. One is store magnets separately, like in wooden box, especially if you should store the magnets in wooden box or any plastic box so that they can retain their magnetic property. So you need to store in a wooden box, that is store magnets separately to prevent them from interacting with each other, that is wooden box. And avoid physical impact, that means please handle magnets carefully to avoid dropping or hitting them. Keep magnets away from heat, so avoid exposing magnetic to the high temperatures. Use proper magnet holding tools. Use tools specifically designed for handling magnets to prevent damage. Avoid exposure to alternating magnetic fields, that is AC, alternating current. Keep magnets away from alternating magnetic fields to prevent demagnetization. While storing magnets, please have a separator so that it will not lose its magnetic property. That separator may be of wood, plastic, or maybe of any rubber. So that middle piece, can you see here? That is a wooden piece. That wooden piece, instead of wooden piece, you can have any rubber, plastic, or maybe a wood piece, right? Next, so if you observe carefully, have you seen that the North Pole and the South Pole are, see, North Pole and South Pole are having opposite poles? That means while storing the magnets, the North Pole and South Pole should be together. North and North South. That means like poles should not be nearer to each other so that they will lose the magnetic property. Next, and if you take this, can you see this plates, that we call it as keepers, soft iron pieces, made up of soft iron pieces called keepers. If you see that for the bar magnets we'll have one and two keepers. For horseshoe magnet we have one keeper. So this is the methods to have a proper handling of magnet to retain its magnetic property. Thank you very much. We'll meet in the next topic.